If you're watching this, today is April 2nd, 2026. It is officially my surgery. It has been 1 year since I had weight loss surgery, and I am down 115 pounds. Stay tuned. I'm going to walk you through my journey. I'm going to give you the real. Cue the intro. It's been 1 year since I had weight loss surgery. So, if you're watching this video, today is April 2nd, 2026. And I had my surgery on April 2nd, 2025. So 1 year and my life is completely different. My life looks different. It feels different. I never actually shared my experience and shared my journey until now. And I feel like the 1 year mark is the perfect time for me to share this great I feel like it's an accomplishment. For me, it's an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment because I finally did something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I feel good about it. And here's gonna be the time for me to walk you through this journey. So I got my notes in front of me because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because I would like to continue sharing this journey with you. This is just, my little coming out video to let you know what I've been doing. This is my second video my second video since restarting my YouTube channel. So I wanted to be able to share this part of my life with you. So let's get started. Okay. So let's start with why I chose surgery. I've always had self-love. I've always been confident in myself. I've always loved myself for the person that I am inside and out. But it was just something that I really wanted to do for myself and for my health. So I got to a weight where I just wasn't comfortable anymore. I stopped taking, if anybody knows me, I love to take pictures. I take a bunch of selfies. Like I always want to take pictures. And I feel like I was at a point in life where I just wasn't comfortable with taking pictures, posting pictures of myself, full body pictures. I just needed to make a change. So actually the best way to put it, I had a Friendsgiving. So that's 2025. So 2024, I had a Friendsgiving. And I will, on one of these sides here, I will put the picture. I wore this green outfit and I just felt so super uncomfortable. It felt tight. I just wasn't feeling myself. Like I was happy. I was chilling with my people, with my friends, but for me, just didn't feel comfortable. So I think that was a part of my breaking point. I was at a weight where I was like, yeah, no, we can't go any further. I don't want to be above a certain weight, so we have to make a change. I had tried different weight loss things. I tried keto. I tried changing my diet. I was in the gym. I've done different things over the years, but for me, I was never able to keep the weight off. And for me, I honestly felt like I would gain the weight back, which is that's not good either. So, looking at my notes, let's just get into it. I made sure I went and I had my consultation. I met with the doctor. She told me the options. She explained what the experience would be, what I would have to do, the whole nine. Got my binder here. She literally gave me a binder, I filled it up. But she gave me a binder that had all the information about the different types of surgery that I could have. She wanted me to also do a little bit more research and fully know exactly what I was doing. So I had VSG surgery, which is vertical sleeve vertical sleeve gastrectomy, excuse me. So basically, here's my sidekick. I don't know why he's walking over me. But basically VSG is, they basically make your stomach small. They actually cut out a good portion of your stomach. So it leaves you with a smaller pouch, which of course forces you not to be able to eat as much as, you would normally. That's what I chose. There was also the option to have bypass surgery. Bypass surgery to me was a little more invasive. It kind of reroutes your insides to me. It basically, let me show you my pillow. They gave me this little pillow. This is the easiest way to show you. So what I had was a sleeve gastrectomy, and basically they cut literally a portion of my stomach out. So all this part they cut out. Woo. And then if I was to do the bypass, it was a little bit different. They're just kind of rerouting your insides. They're not actually cutting out any of your stomach, but they're rerouting your intestines. So you still have like a smaller pouch and you're still not eating as much. For me, I chose the sleeve because I felt like that was just better for me. I weighed the pros and the cons. I can definitely get more into that if anyone wants to know. Like, you know, I'm an open book. I don't mind sharing that with you. But I personally just felt like the sleeve was the best option for me. So like I said, she gave me this binder. It had everything in it. She gave me a list, a breakdown. I'm gonna show y'all this list. She gave me this list, and this was a list of things that I needed to do before I could be medically cleared to have my surgery. I'm not going to read everything, but I had to go through, I had to do, meet with a therapist. I had to meet with a nutritionist. I had to do a stress test. I had to do blood work. I had to go through everything to make sure that my body was physically where it needed to be in order for me to go through with surgery. So once I got through everything, I got cleared, and I believe the end of February, beginning of March is when I finally got my surgery date. So knew my surgery date. I was actually going on a trip with my friends, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be the last hurrah. I'm going to enjoy my food, enjoy all the things that I might not be able to have later on. And also, like, leading up to it, I kind of started to mentally prepare for what was to come. In my mind, I kind of started to think like, okay, later on, once I have the surgery, I'm not going to be able to eat the way that I used to. I'm not going to be able to drink the way that I used to, anything like that. So I just started to kind of think that way over the course of this, I want to say, I decided in November, end of November, beginning of December. So December, January, February, March, over like a three month period or so. So I just was mentally preparing and going on the trip. I was like, you know what? We're going to have some fun, yada, yada, yada. And then when I came back, I had maybe like a week or two, and then I went into my pre-op diet. So quick, I'm going to tell you, the pre-op diet for me, which is very different depending on your surgeon, depending on what hospital, depending on what their requirements are. Mine was a modified liquid diet. So I was able to still eat food, but like vegetables and yogurt, and I think I had like string cheese or a little piece of like strawberry. Like I wasn't really eating a lot because basically it's a liver shrinking diet. So that means that you're pretty much shrinking the liver, so then when it's time for them to do surgery, they're able to kind of move around and do what they got to do in there. So I personally, shout out to ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to help me kind of prepare and help me put together like a little meal plan over the course of my 2-week pre-op diet. So on what I was told to do was have lots of liquids, no starch, of course, and I could have unlimited vegetables, and I could have one meat, like one actual meal a day. So what I did was I told ChatGPT what the doctors told me, and then I put that in, and it gave me like options and what I could have, what I couldn't have, so on and so forth. Me and ChatGPT were literally meal prepping together. I had my little lunchbox. I told ChatGPT, look, I have yogurt, I have a protein shake, I have this, I have that. Is this good? Can I have this? Can I not? ChatGPT would literally tell me what I could have, what I couldn't have, and it would also give me alternatives if needed. So that was definitely super helpful. So over the course of my planning and prepping for surgery, and up to surgery, my starting weight was 295 pounds. When I got my surgery date, I had lost maybe 6 pounds, so I was 289. And then after my pre-op diet, the day of surgery, I was 275 pounds. So that was that. So again, started at 295, surgery day, I was 275. All right, let's keep it there. All right. So surgery day, of course, my parents were there. They went with me in the morning, dropped me off. Of course, I had my dad. My dad, he was nervous. I wouldn't say both of my parents, they were a little nervous, but they knew that this is something that I had planned for, I had prepared for, and they fully supported my decision. They were with me along the way. After surgery, I stayed with them for like a week and a half or so. But yeah, surgery day, went in. It was like a scene out of a movie. I've never had surgery before, so I didn't know what to expect. I just remember them rolling me into that little room. I'm seeing all the equipment around. I'm looking around like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. Told to my doctor. She was like, are you ready? Next thing I know, I'm in the recovery room. That was it. Whatever drugs they had me on, baby, they was good. But, so yeah, that happened. In the recovery room, they wanted me to like get up and walk around, make sure I was good. Did that. Definitely slept for the rest of the day. When I did wake up, they would come in, they would check on me, ask me how I was doing. The joke of the day was that when one of the doctors came in, he was like, he was asking how I was doing, and I was like, so am I skinny yet? Am I skinny yet? Like, clearly no, but like, it's coming. Like, this is the first step. Like, I was super excited. I was in pain. I had incisions. I will put again, I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll put a picture of like where my incisions were. I had 5 incisions. And yeah, I think for me, it was just the soreness, just knowing that like, I really have incisions, like they cut me open, but they're very small. Over the course of this year, like they've healed very well. Like I haven't had any issues. Once I got home, so I stayed in the hospital literally overnight. So stayed there. My surgery was early in the morning. I stayed there all day. Stayed overnight, and I want to say maybe like 1 o'clock the next day, I was released to go home. Like I said, I stayed with my parents. I was a little uncomfortable just because I had the incisions. So like sitting up, leaning back, different things like that. It was a little uncomfortable because of my incisions. But overall, I wasn't in like any excruciating pain. The recovery for me was actually pretty smooth. Thank the Lord. Because again, I had never had surgery, so I didn't know what to expect. But I was going for it. I had to be on a liquid diet for 2 weeks, so I literally was drinking protein shakes. I had like Jello, maybe a little. I don't even know if I had yogurt back then, but I was able to have a little tiny bit of applesauce because I had to take my medication with it. But what was very interesting was like leading up to surgery, I was able to have protein shakes. I had no problem drinking a protein shake, none whatsoever. After surgery, when I tell you they were literally disgusting, I couldn't have it. I tried different brands. I Core, of course now I can't remember all the brands, but Premier, Core, Pure Life, whatever that's called. I literally tried every kind of protein shake, and it was utterly disgusting. Couldn't have it. I did come across something called Clear Protein, which it made it like a juice, which was so much better. It didn't have like a chalky taste. If anybody is experiencing that, if you've had the surgery, if you're thinking about the surgery, if you have that issue, that was definitely something that helped me when I needed to get all my protein in. Yeah. So let's do a little timeline breakdown. Again, I have my little notes because, child, it's a lot to remember. So the first couple of months, of course, I feel like I lost weight pretty fast overall. In the first like week or two, I had already lost like maybe 5 to 10 pounds. Like, where's the weight going? Like, it was literally dropping. So losing weight at a faster pace was definitely a really big adjustment to me. Like, I'm not used to that. So first couple of months, just the weight loss, it was an adjustment. 3 to 6 months or so, I took a trip with my friends for my birthday in May, which actually that was only like a month and a half in or so. It was different because, of course, I couldn't really eat that much. So going out to eat with my friends, everybody having a drink. Crystal Light packets. I gotta show you that too. I had these little Crystal Light packets, and they're called mocktails. And that was pretty much all the time, like, I was in recovery, I was not drinking. I was out with my friends. Cheers, boomerang, everybody taking shots. Baby, I was drinking Crystal Light. Nobody knew. Well, my friends knew. But that was definitely helpful because I still kind of continue with my life as normal. But of course, I made adjustments to, make sure that I was staying on the right track. So also just the biggest thing for me was my clothes. My clothes. Oh my goodness. I was a size 2, between a size 2X and a 3X, and a size 18 or 17 in like junior years. And now, a year later, I am wearing a size medium. A lot between a large and a medium, depending on what it is. Fashion Nova, they little, you know, whatever. Fashion Nova, I'm still a large, but in most things that I buy now, I'm buying a medium. That's crazy. I can't remember the last time I wore a medium in anything. In my pants, I'm wearing like a 9-10. That's like a crazy change for me. Like I'll put a couple pictures throughout this video so y'all can like see literally the difference. I will say the biggest difference for me, like off rip, was my face. I lost the weight the fastest in my face. Like my face was so like chunky, like it was cute, but my face was just so chunky, and I feel like I noticed it the most in like pictures of myself now. It's like, yo, I didn't even realize, like I was cool with the way that I was, but I really didn't realize like how much weight I carried literally just in my face. So yeah, I think the biggest thing, especially like with the weight loss, is like my clothes. It's to the point where I'm tired of buying clothes. Like I was literally like over the summer, last summer, because I was dropping the weight so fast, I would buy something, and if I didn't wear it in like a couple of weeks, by the time I put it on, it did not fit. I went to my cousin's wedding and I bought a dress, and I literally bought the dress, and I swear maybe the wedding was maybe a month later. The dress was too big. I was like pulling it up. Like it fit, but I was pulling it up because I was losing it. So like that's definitely an adjustment. Like I enjoy being able to go into the store and just pick out something, put it on, and it fits. I enjoy being able to order something online and don't have to worry about, am I going to be able to close it? Is it going to be too tight? Should I order the next size up just to be on the safe side? Like it's very exciting that I don't have to do that anymore. And that's like real, like that's like a really transparent moment. Like for being plus size all of my life and having some of those struggles, like it's very different. What else? My mama told, yeah, this is the second video I just got off the phone with my mama. She told me to stop saying but listen, I'm really trying to think about what I want to share with y'all. She gonna laugh when she see that, but I threw that in there. Hey, Mom. What I eat now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not perfect. I still try to be mindful with what I'm eating. I eat very small portions. Like I don't even eat a full plate of food. I don't even pick up a full plate of food if I don't have to. I use little dessert plates for everything. I make sure that that's literally all I'm filling on my plate because I don't want to overeat. I don't want to even make myself think that I have to, because my biggest thing, I feel like I used to always just make sure that no matter how big the plate was, I had to finish the entire plate. No, I don't have to. You don't have to. You eat what you need and you don't have to fill yourself. I think that's something that I've definitely learned now in this new space. It's like I don't need to stuff my don't need to stuff your face. I love food. I still love food, but I can have what I like in moderation. Definitely prioritize my protein. Eat a lot more meat and vegetables than starch. That's something that I still am working on. I do like a little rice. But yeah, definitely making sure that I am, balancing myself, making sure I'm not overeating. I am forever getting to-go boxes. Like if you see like anybody got me on social media, like anytime I post that I'm out, it's literally hashtag to-go box please. Like, cause everybody knows I am not finishing that food. So that's another thing when it comes to what I eat. I do tend to eat a lot of leftovers just because I'm always saving food. Meal prepping is very different because I feel like I'm always making too much food because I don't always finish everything. So a little definitely goes a long way nowadays when it comes to my eating habits. Only other thing when it comes to losing weight, is people's reaction. Like, it's very weird to go somewhere and people don't recognize me. And I'm like, hey, I'm Jasmine, remember me? Like, like I on the inside, like I'm still me, but physically and visually, like I have to come to the realization that I do look very different than I did a year ago. So it's definitely a conversation starter for sure. I'm always open. I'm very comfortable to explain and tell people that I did have weight loss surgery. I'm open to share my experience. Anybody that's thinking about it, I'm always here to share and help anyone. Only other thing, I didn't mention it before, like, the surgery itself is a tool, and I'm using my tool to the best of my abilities. I personally didn't choose to go the GLP-1 route. I don't like needles. I don't want to take a needle. I also still don't know all of the long-term side effects that those medications have. Nothing against anyone that has decided to go that route, but for me, I just wanted to make sure that I was doing something that in the long run I was comfortable with. In the long run, I still want to have children. In the long run, I don't know what I might need in the future when it comes to medication. I don't know what my body is going to need as I get older and as I progress through life. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing something that wasn't going to affect me when it came to any medications that I took, any other side effects. And again, that's just my preference. More power to you if, that's something that works for you. In the long run, you're doing something to better yourself, to make sure that you have your body together, make sure that you're healthy, make sure that you have longevity. If you have children, if you want children, whatever the case may be, you just have to make sure that you're making the best choice for you. I think that's my biggest takeaway. Because some people even told me, like, when I would mention, like, hey, I'm preparing for weight loss surgery. Oh, you don't need that. You don't need that. You're fine the way you are. Yeah, I was fine the way that I was. But for me, I wanted to make sure that I was also healthier. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't on the obese side. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't on my way to becoming a diabetic or anything like that. Like, those are things that meant more to me when it comes to me making sure that I'm healthy moving forward as I get older and as I prepare for the next steps of my life and wherever my journey might take me. As far as how I feel now, first of all, wait a minute. I didn't even give y'all the real tea. I lost weight over the year. Y'all, I lost 115 pounds. Can we get a little clap? I'm going to put it in there. I lost 115 pounds. Like, that is, I don't even know what to say. Wow. That's what I can say. Wow. 115 pounds down in a year is crazy. But over this year, like I said, I feel great. Like, I went through this journey. I trusted the journey. I trusted this experience. I didn't have a goal weight. I still don't have a goal weight. I'm currently 180 pounds, down from 295 pounds, which is crazy in itself. I'm trusting this tool. I'm trusting my tool. I'm trusting God. Whatever God wants me to be, that's who has a lot of say when it comes to anything. So I don't, like I said, I don't have a goal weight. I just want to be as healthy as I can be. I want to continue making better choices, making healthier choices, so I can stay on the right track. Last but not least, just for me, when it comes to me having surgery, like I said, I was scared. I was nervous. I had never had surgery before, but I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. I knew that it was something that would make me feel better about myself, about my health. Just overall, I feel great. Literally just yesterday, like I said, I'm a teacher. Just yesterday, I literally ran around the track with my kids. I wasn't tired. I wasn't out of breath. I didn't have to stop 3 times. Oh my goodness, give me a second. I gotta breathe. Like, no, I was able to do it and really have fun, be happy. Like, I feel so much better not carrying so much weight. It's life-changing in itself. My confidence, like I said, I was confident before. I was comfortable with who I was and who I have always been. But the weight loss did bring an extra bit of confidence to me. And I'm more comfortable in my skin. I'm not uncomfortable when I go out. I'm not uncomfortable when I put something on. That speaks volumes in itself. Yeah, it's an inside joke, but I love my mama. But again, self-love is like most important. I love myself then. I love myself now. I'm happy that I made this change and I did it for myself. I didn't do it for anybody else. Those who love me, they love me at my highest weight. They love me at my lowest weight. Like, that didn't change. My support system has always been solid. I appreciate those people in my life. I ain't do it for no man. I made a joke the other day. I was like, the same man that loved me at 295 pounds is the same man that loves me at 180 pounds. It's another story for another day, maybe another video. I don't know. I'm not gonna share that with y'all. But honestly, like, all those people and everything around me, like, it's God. I believe in God. I trusted in God when it came to this decision. I'm not gonna say I said I was scared. I was scared, but I knew that everything would be okay. I think that's the best way to put it. Yes, I was scared. Yes, I was nervous or whatever, but I knew I trusted in God, and I knew that everything was going to be okay. And again, I am super happy with the decision that I made. 1 year down, April 2nd will forever be a day for me to remember. If you have any other questions, like, I know I broke down a lot. I don't even know how long this video is, but I broke down a lot. But I am always here to share anything else. If you have anything specific that you want to ask me, definitely feel free to put it in the comments. Hit me up on my socials. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of those things to my YouTube channel. Like, I'm gonna keep giving y'all the real. I'm gonna keep sharing this part of me, this journey, because a year is just the beginning. This journey is not over. I have to use my tool. I have to maintain all of this weight that I've lost. I will never be, mark my words, I will never be almost 300 pounds again. That's something that I'm going to stay and stick with. But yeah, this is the new me. I call it the new and improved Jasmine. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. Like I said, if you have any questions, definitely feel free, reach out. I'm an open book. I am always here to share. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.